Shields up, Iron Breakers. Rurikhan here, coming at you with another video, and today we're going to be talking about YouTube. And I know that from the title, some of you guys might be thinking, oh my god, this is it, Rurikhan is going to stop making YouTube content. No, that is not the point of this video. What I do want to talk about is I want to talk about the YouTube game and why exactly I'm done playing that particular game. So the YouTube game, some of you guys might not know what I'm referring to here, but probably most of you that happen to be content creators or have a little or bigger channel of your own, you guys might know exactly what I'm referring to. But basically, let's just say that the YouTube game is like a set of guidelines put in place to you in case you want to actually succeed in YouTube. And essentially, those guidelines are things like, hey, you should probably do clickbaity titles. Even though those aren't things that YouTube will officially sponsor, those are things that YouTube will most definitely like and most definitely promote. And not just in titles either. We're talking clickbait titles and clickbait thumbnails. That has been one of the ways to kind of succeed in the YouTube industry pretty much since its inception. Since before thumbnails were even a thing, before you even had the opportunity to upload a thumbnail for your video, people were already using tactics like inserting a still image at a certain frame so that would be the thumbnail of their video. And obviously people use that with pictures of what? Imagine, just take a wild guess, boobs. It was basically the boob tube back in the day. It's like, it doesn't matter what your video was about. If you were a big YouTuber, most likely the thumbnail would continue exposed female skin. Sometimes it would be some boobage, sometimes it would be some midriff, sometimes it would be some legs. And that was kind of like the way that people would get their content out there because, you know, someone sees a picture of boobs on a video website, of course they're going to click on it because that's just the way the human mind is conditioned to think. It's like, hey, that thing looks nice, let's click on there. So clickbait culture has pretty much been a part of YouTube since its inception. And YouTube has kind of cracked down on it a little bit, being like, oh, the picture needs to at least somewhat resemble the subject that's being discussed. And so now we have people that actually just try to cater their content around their clickbaity thumbnails. Like, for instance, at the start of 2018, you had something which I think there's going to be very few people that haven't heard about this, but Logan Paul went to a suicide forest in Japan and obviously filmed himself vlogging next to a dead body so that he could have a dead body on his thumbnail. Now, that's some pretty heavy clickbait. That is really some serious goddamn dedication to the clickbait culture. Like, I salute you, Logan Paul. Way to go, bro. But anyway, I don't want to get too deep into that. So clickbait culture is one of the things that I'm done with. I've never really done clickbait much, if I'm to be completely honest. Like, you look at my video titles, I think very rarely you might see something that's like, well, that was a little bit clickbaity. But it's like, it's not something that I do just out of sheer principle. I don't like it. If anything, I've recently had a video where you have a thumbnail that says, YouTube gives 0 fucks. Although I gotta be honest, that was also kind of a joke because I figured this video is going to be tagged by the YouTube's monetization system because every video that I do gets tagged by the goddamn monetization system saying it's not advertiser friendly. And here's the thing that I'm gonna do. Once it gets tagged, I'm gonna ask someone to manually review this video, and they're gonna review it, and they're gonna have to look at a thumbnail that says YouTube gives 0 fucks. So I guess that was my excuse for putting that one in there. But I think that's like probably the most clickbaity thing I've ever done, is to have a thumbnail that says YouTube gives 0 fucks. But ultimately, it's like that's never been something that I've engaged in that much. The other guideline, for instance, would be search engine optimization. So this is something that I did quite a bit of. It is something that I used to care a lot about, which is why on a lot of my videos you would see the keyword gameplay being featured prominently in the title. So like if I would gain access to a certain game a little bit earlier, I would usually put the word gameplay in there because having gameplay of that specific title turned out to be something that a lot of people would be searching because obviously they would want to know about that specific game. So that is definitely something that I did. I did a lot of search engine optimization. I optimized my tags, optimized my descriptions as best as I possibly could. Like, I would fill in all the tags until I couldn't fill any more tags. Nowadays, I don't really do that anymore. As a matter of fact, it's like, this is just something that I've already been doing. Like, I've already been done playing the YouTube game. I'm just like, I just wanted to talk a little bit about it today. Now, the other thing is obviously shocking thumbnails. Like, we already went over that with the boob thumbnails, leg thumbnails, now in 2018, dead body thumbnails, and so on and so forth. I mean, you see it all the time. The thumbnails, they always try to be like this shocking thing. Something that Hengist actually used to say was, which I always thought was amazing, is like, you got to have the O face in the thumbnail. You got to have like an O face. And if you guys look at a lot of the more popular YouTubers, they will always have this face and an expression in their face like they're saying, oh, you know, so that's the O face that we're talking about here, not the other O face. But the other O face works as well. Whatever O face you want to put on the thumbnail, that is definitely something that you got to do. You'll see me do that as well every now and then, but that's only whenever it's relevant for context, whereas most people are just like O-face in every goddamn picture. As a matter of fact, that's double points for Logan Paul for having both a dead body and an O-face in the thumbnail of his dead body video. That's double points, you guys. That's why that video got into trending. That was actually someone, a human person at YouTube, looked at that video and they were like, man, this deserves to be on trending, goddammit. So yeah, the shocking thumbnails is another thing. Another thing is the consistent uploading. Obviously, you guys will have noticed that throughout pretty much most of my career on YouTube. I mean, I started this channel in 2011, and most of the times since 2011, there's been a video in the channel every day. Most of the time. Sometimes, sure, I'll miss out. Let's say, I haven't even done the math for how much that is. It's like, we're talking about 7 years, and in 7 years you times that by 300 or whatever. Let's say I would miss like 100 days maximum out of 7 times 365. 100 days maximum is how many videos I might have missed per day. That's the maximum. I don't believe that I've missed more than that. And that's because consistent uploading is another one of those things that YouTube really likes. It likes it if you're consistently producing content. And the other thing that YouTube really likes is the one topic channel. So not only they want you to be consistent with your uploading, they will want you to upload things even if there isn't anything that you really want to talk about that day. YouTube's like, no, listen, bro, you got to come up with something. We don't care. We don't care if you have a life. We don't care if you have a child. We don't care if your wife's in the hospital. No, fuck that shit. You missed one day. You did not work for one day. Well, your channel is going a little bit lower into the whole metrics of the algorithms and everything that basically the way the website runs. Your channel's ranking just went lower because there was this one day when you did not upload a video. And that is, again, that's something that I've been trying to keep up with. That is the main thing that I'm going to stop doing. Like, to give you guys an idea, ever since I started changing the format of the channel because I wanted to do a different kind of video. As a matter of fact, my channel has changed formats so many times, and I think that a lot of times people think that I'm changing formats because I'm trying to like be more successful. No. If you ever see a change in format in my channel, it is usually because I want to do something different. That's another thing that I get punished for doing. Like, you're changing your format on your channel just way too much. We don't like that. We don't like that at all. That's not consistent. You know, you got to be this machine. You got to be consistently uploading, consistently talking about the same things. And that is the only way to actually guarantee that the people who are subscribed to your channel actually receive the videos that you are producing, which I find to be very interesting because to me it's like, hey, if someone subscribed to a channel, you should just send all the videos there. But no, they can't do that. They need the algorithm so that they only send videos to the people that they think will be interested in them. So YouTube knows what's best for you better than yourself. So if you subscribe to my channel, it doesn't matter. You will never receive all of my videos. It's literally that simple. YouTube will try to figure out exactly why you subscribe to my channel. So let's say, for instance, you watch the video on Paragon, because usually I talk a lot about Dark Souls. Let's talk about Paragon today. You watch the video about Paragon. You're like, you know what? I like this guy and the stuff that he says about Paragon. I'm subscribing. YouTube will be like, okay, you're subscribed because you watched the Paragon video. That means Rurikhan releases a Dark Souls video tomorrow. That doesn't matter to you. You know, and that is a big problem that I have with this algorithm, because that is literally the way it works. It's like, oh, you subscribe because of Paragon. Well, today Rurikhan's talking about Dark Souls. This doesn't matter to you. Or the other way around. You subscribe because of Dark Souls. You subscribe during a Dark Souls video. And it's like, okay, you like Dark Souls. Rurikhan's talking about Paragon today. That does not matter to you. Or in the more recent case, for instance, yesterday, I was up until 3 in the morning editing a video for Dragon Ball FighterZ because I got early access to the game. It is a game that I was excited to play. It is a game that I talked about in a video that I did, the best games of 2018, the games that I'm most excited for in 2018. And Dragon Ball FighterZ is featured in there because I was excited about playing Dragon Ball FighterZ. I'm still excited about playing it now. And I wanted to talk about it. So I made the Dragon Ball FighterZ video. And like I said, I spent a lot of hours working on it, getting my talking points, discussing with Globku, figuring out what I wanted to talk about, how I want to talk about it, doing the proper editing to show relevant footage at the times, all of that stuff. I did all of that, poured hours of work and playtime into that game to get that video as fast as possible onto the hands of people. What happens? The algorithm just goes, is it Dark Souls? Oh, it's not Dark Souls. Okay. Bottom of the pile. Yep. Sure thing. Because you look at the views that I have on that particular video, they are super low. That video was so much work. And it's just like, again, it's that whole thing. YouTube wants the consistent uploading, the consistent topics, the one topic, the one style, all of that stuff. That is what they want from you. And I find it interesting that a lot of the creators are constantly criticizing YouTube for this, that, and the other. But yet they all continue to follow the guidelines. They all continue to follow the clickbait culture because it works. I'll give them that. Clickbait culture works. They all continue to follow that. They all continue to follow the consistent uploading guidelines. They all continue to follow the one topic channels like we see nowadays, even with Destiny 2, with the situation that Destiny 2 is basically going down the drain, because I've even talked about Destiny 2 on a couple of videos. But basically Bungie is driving that game into the ground, and there's a lot of YouTubers and streamers that are essentially like, look, I gotta do something else. And these are people that have been exclusively covering Destiny and now Destiny 2 since the games came out. So their audience is exclusively Destiny. And what do you think is going to happen when all of a sudden they put out a video, let's say, about Fortnite? Because a lot of people are jumping over to Fortnite. What do you think is going to happen? The algorithm is going to look at that video and it's going to go like, oh, yeah, this guy. Is it a Destiny 2 video? No? Bottom of the pile. Doesn't get any ranking value when it comes to search term. Doesn't get any ranking value when it comes to actually being sent out to your subscribers. And doesn't get any ranking value in anything when it comes to YouTube, which is just completely ridiculous to me. Like, look, YouTube, you yourselves, you realize that your whole damn website is built around personalities. You need to start supporting the fact that the website is built around personalities and not built around topics. Sure, some people might only be interested in certain topics, but most people out there are actually interested in a wide variety of topics. And I constantly get people saying, oh, I never received a notification for this video. Yeah, I know you didn't, because it's not probably not a video that you subscribe to the channel for. Therefore, you're not even being exposed to 50% of the videos on my channel. As a matter of fact, making this video in and of itself is a bit of an exercise in frustration, because I don't talk about YouTube that much on my channel, because I like to focus on things that I'm really passionate about, especially when it comes to video games. And that is usually the things that I like to talk about, and therefore I don't do that many YouTube videos. The fact that I have done 2 videos in the same month talking about YouTube should let you know how I feel about YouTube right now. And trust me, it's not passion, unless you're talking about downright passionate fury or something. It's just like, look, YouTube needs to evolve. They need to actually take a long, hard look at whatever the hell it is they're doing with their algorithm, and they actually need to deliver my goddamn videos to the people that have goddamn subbed to this goddamn channel. That's all I want. It's just like all the features this website has to kind of promote growth and promote all of this stuff. And then all of it boils down to, look, you want to succeed in YouTube? It's actually not that hard. You know what you got to do? You got to upload a video every single fucking day, and you got to upload that particular video on a specific topic every single fucking day, and you will grow. It's literally that simple. You just have to actually man up and be able to do that for a living, which I personally can't, because I cannot talk about things that I am not passionate about, and I am not interested in starting that kind of a channel, so to speak. I don't want to turn my channel into talking about stuff when there is nothing to talk about. And to be honest, I've recently changed the format of my channel, which is another thing YouTube doesn't like. They don't like it when your format's constantly changing. Like I used to do live streams, and now I'm switching to this topical discussions of different things, because these are things I'm passionate about talking about. And ever since I changed that, I've actually had a couple of days where it's been like, oh, I don't know what to talk about today. I mean, I've gone through my news feeds. There's nothing really that interesting to actually discuss. Like, to give you guys an idea, I was stuck 3 hours browsing, looking for things to talk about today. Okay? Today, before I decided to make this specific video, which I was talking on my Discord server with a bunch of other Iron Breakers in there, and I was talking about stuff, and all of a sudden it's just like this idea about YouTube came up. But then as I'm writing the topics for this, I'm like, oh, dude, it's just like, I'm just going to stop. I'm just going to stop playing this stupid game. This stupid, consistent uploading one topic bullshit. I'm done with it. It's just like, look, whatever. YouTube, you don't want my channel to succeed? Fine. Eventually, whenever I feel like because right now, I'm basically dipping into my savings. I've always been somewhat dipping into my savings since I started on YouTube. But from 2014 to 2017, I actually had a really good job with broadband TV, and that gave me like a safety net, which I'm now dipping into to continue to do videos, because it's like, it's impossible, depending on the things that you want to do on YouTube, it's impossible to be completely passionate about the topics if you are passionate about more than one thing. And I'm just done. I'm just fucking done. It's like, look, whatever. Is my channel going to sink to the ground? Fuck it. Fuck all of it. I don't even care anymore, because that's just the kind of shit that YouTube will do. Like, you're constantly seeing YouTubers that are depressed and they are upset. Like, I think YouTube as a job, at least has one of the highest depression rates that I've seen in recent times, because I'm constantly hearing about this YouTube's depressed, this YouTube is thinking about killing himself, this YouTuber is thinking about this and that and the other. And it's like, I thought the whole point of getting into YouTube and actually creating content about things that you cared about was to be happy. And that is one of the reasons why I personally do it. I do it because it makes me happy, which is why I try not to focus on the negative aspects of the gaming industry, even though there's constantly something negative happening every goddamn day. Even today, I was watching a video about some kind of monetization AI that people are working on to gather data from your fucking cell phones and sell you microtransactions in video games in the form of like small advertisements. And I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, that is some Orwellian shit in video games right now. It is ridiculous. And then here's another thing that I didn't know. I didn't even know about the whole Google preferred ads thing, which I found out because of the whole situation with Logan Paul and stuff. Because, again, this is not something that I tend to look at all that much. I'm pretty sure that information was publicly available out there. But I was like, huh, Google preferred apps for the top tier content creators. Wow, that is so cool. You want to know why that is so cool? Because that is basically Google thinking up of a way that the top tier content creators can keep making more money. So if you look at it, if you really look at it, it's like, so let me get this straight. These people are already making literally thousands of dollars every single video they post. And you felt you needed to come up with a way to give them more money. Well, I guess that shows you just how YouTube actually feels about the smaller content creators. Am I right? It's like, oh, your channel's too small. Fuck you, you get nothing. Oh, your channel's too big. Wait, let us get you more money. I'm not saying these people don't deserve that money. I'm saying Google should probably think about sending some support over to the smaller content creators as well, as opposed to just getting concerned about their top talent, essentially. You know, there's more talent on YouTube beyond the top talent. And a lot of that talent always goes by completely unrecognized. It is utterly ridiculous. But I think one of my biggest gripes, what has to be possibly one of my, even, it upsets me even more than the fact that the algorithm will refuse to just send my videos to the people that subscribe to my channel. This particular thing really irks the ever-living crap out of me, is the fact that there is no loyalty programs for Content ID and monetization claims. There is zero loyalty. Like, how can you, what do I mean by this, for starters? I should probably explain it. So you guys know how I'm constantly bitching on Twitter about how, oh, my latest video is not advertiser friendly, and how all of my videos get constantly tagged for not being advertiser friendly. Basically, you would figure my channel has 7 years in the platform. 7 years of me creating content in this channel. 7 years where I've established relationships with publishers like Bandai Namco, Nintendo, Sony, etc. There's tons of people that I've established relationships with, people that trust me with embargoes. They give me early access to video games. These people trust me to the point where they will send me a game before any gameplay is allowed to be sent out, and they don't have an issue trusting me with that. And yet YouTube can't fucking trust me after a relationship of 7 years of me uploading content to my channel. YouTube cannot trust me to know whether or not my videos are advertiser friendly. Are you kidding me? On top of that, YouTube also cannot trust me to not upload copyrighted content. Like, we're talking about 7 years where my channel hasn't had a community guideline strike. It hasn't had a copyright strike. It hasn't had anything negative to it other than the illegal, I might add, illegal content ID claims on my content that I cannot contest because I can't afford to pay an American lawyer to take that shit to court, because if I could, you could bet your ass I would take those people to court and my channel would not have a single content ID match on it. Okay? Because YouTube simply does not trust its creators. And I can understand why, with people like fucking Logan Paul showing up dead bodies in his vlogs. But it's like, look, at some point you have to establish a baseline for trust. Okay? You know, you'd figure, if my channel's been around for 7 years, and in those 7 years I never once fucked anybody over when it comes to my content, you'd figure there should be some goddamn trust in this relationship, and you should just assume that whenever you get a fucking hit on your stupid, retarded, machine learning AI, ridiculous bot piece of trash that tells you that my latest video is not advertiser friendly, maybe you'd look at the goddamn history on the channel. It's like, well, this channel's been posting content for 7 years. We've never had any issue with its content. Maybe, I don't know, just maybe let's give them the benefit of the doubt. No, instantly tagged, boom, done, wrapped, done. And it's like this for me, and not just for me, it's like this for every single creator, be them bigger or smaller. It's ridiculous. It's completely and utterly ridiculous. Like, let me give you guys an example. You guys know Twitch? Twitch.tv, the other platform where I go to live stream and play video games and relax because I don't have to get stressed all the fucking time when I'm streaming over there instead of trying to create content over here. In that platform, I uploaded, I think it was like 3 emoticons or something, because I'm a partner there and all that stuff, and people get custom emotes and whatever. I uploaded 3 emotes, which had to be manually checked because obviously they didn't want me uploading dongs in there, right? You know what happened after me uploading? I don't know if it was 3 or 4, maybe even 5. After I uploaded a certain number of emotes, you know what it says there now? It says, hey, you've uploaded this amount of emotes. Guess what? Your emotes no longer have to be manually verified because we fucking trust you. Isn't that a revolutionary idea? Maybe if I've uploaded 5, look, they trusted me after uploading 5 emotes. 5. I've been with YouTube for 7 years, thousands of videos, and they still don't fucking trust me. Are you kidding me? Who is managing this goddamn website? Like, for real. Like, 5 emotes, and right now I could go and upload a picture of a dong. Because they trust me. I still can't upload videos of dongs on YouTube. I've been waiting for 7 years. I'm sorry. I guess that wasn't that funny, but I thought it was funny as fuck. You want to know something else that I always find interesting? You know how there's the channel list that you have on a certain channel, right? You have that channel list off to the side where usually YouTubers that work together, they will put each other's channels in there. There used to be this whole box for box, sub for sub. Never did that, but basically people that I've worked with, usually I will put their channels in there because it's cool to have them there. And then below that, there's another one that says suggested channels. So let me tell you something real interesting about suggested channels. You know that suggested channels basically only flows up. It never flows down. What do I mean by that? So, for instance, you go to my channel, and since YouTube has already labeled it a Dark Souls channel, as I mentioned a bunch of times, you will see in that suggested channels list, you will see things like Epic Name Bro, Vatividia, sometimes Jesse Cox. I don't know why that last one is in there, but anyway, you see those channels in there, and then I'm like, okay, that's cool. Does that mean that my channel shows up on theirs? Of course not. You go to their channel, and if they have suggested channels turned on, which I don't even know if they do, I think ENB has, I don't know if Vati has, but if you go to their suggested channels thing, it will then suggest a channel that is bigger than them, or a channel that has been exploding in the past couple of days, and is looking that it will become bigger than theirs. It just keeps going up. It never comes down. You know, you'd figure it'd be in YouTube's best interest to cater to all of its content creators, that it would include the small ones, which means that maybe sometimes, just sometimes, if you would go to ENB's channel, for instance, in the suggested tab, maybe my channel could show up in there. I mean, since it's tagged as a Dark Souls channel anyway, you know, and that is another part of the problem. It's just like everything flows upward, just like Google preferred ads, just like Google search rankings, just like Google trending. All of that, it just flows upwards. It never flows back down. And that is ridiculous. Anyway, this was a bit of a rant, but god damn, felt so good to get that off my chest. But yeah, the other thing is, basically if you guys see me uploading stuff to YouTube more inconsistently, it's because I stopped playing the YouTube game. Fuck it, I don't care. If I don't feel like talking about anything, guess what? I'm not going to make a video that day. Whatever. Is my channel going to go lower in rank? Too fucking bad. I don't give a fuck anymore. Thank you guys very much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one.